अनन्तसंसार समुद्रतार नौकायिताभ्यां गुरुभक्तिदाभ्यां वैराग्यसाम्राज्यद पूजनाभ्यां नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्याम्.
Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om to all the Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. I am Shrestha. Welcome to Vande Guru Paramparam, an offering of Katha Jyoti for the Guru Purnima celebrations of Light of the Self Foundation. Today, let us listen to the story of the great enlightened master Swami Ramatirtha. Swami Ramatirtha was a Vedantin of the highest realization. Vedanta, according to him, was not a blind faith, but it was the reality of realities. It is the realization of our true self, Sat Chit Ananda, the state of all being, all knowledge, all bliss. Swami Rama was not only a religious teacher, but was also a fearless social reformer and an undaunted patriot. Rama was born on 22nd October 1873 in a rather very poor family in the remote village of Murariwala, Punjab, now in Pakistan. His mother died when he was only a few days old, and he was raised by his elder brother. Despite stark poverty, even missing meals for a few days and living on very little money, Swami Ramatirtha continued his studies until he received his master's degree in mathematics. He became a college professor of mathematics in Lahore. There, he met Swami Vivekananda in 1897, who inspired him to take up sannyasa and reject all worldly attractions. Rama became well known for his talks on Krishna and Advaita Vedanta. He became a Swami in 1899 and took up the name Swami Ramatirtha. He left his wife, his children, and his professional chair and dedicated his life to spreading Vedanta. Intoxicated in the glory of self-realization, he traveled far and wide without keeping a single cent with him. He enchanted the people of Japan, the United States, Egypt, and other nations. People all over the world were touched by his compassion. Swami Ramatirtha was among the first notable teachers of Hinduism to travel to the United States and give a speech about practical Vedanta. On his way back to India in 1904, Swami Ramatirtha got a chance to step on the land of Egypt as the ship carrying him stopped there for a while. The people there were impressed by him and requested Rama to address the gathering from the pulpit of the famous mosque at Cairo. There, Swami Ramatirtha delivered a lecture in flawless Persian, impressing all. After his return to India in 1904, large audiences attended his lectures on Vedanta. But Swami Ramatirtha completely withdrew from public life in 1906 and moved to the foothills of the Himalayas. There, he started writing a book, giving a systematic presentation of practical Vedanta. It was never finished. He ended up dying on 27th October 1906 at a very young age of 33. Many believe he did not die, but gave up his body to the holy river of Ganga. Swami Ramatirtha's writings were a great source of inspiration to Mahatma Gandhi and many others. Ramana Maharshi also quoted him during one of his talks. H.W.L. Poonja, also known as Papaji, the realized master, was Swami Ramatirtha's nephew. He often spoke of him and read many great poems about him during talks in Lucknow. Swami Rama's teachings are simple, beautiful, and practical. He says all the attractiveness you see in this world is nothing else but the true divinity. The same Brahman which appears to you in the body of a beloved one puts on a different dress in trees, in mountains, and hills. Realize this, for this is how you can rise above all worldly passions and desires. This is the way to make spiritual use of worldly desires and to make use of them for their own sake. Another quote is, live on your own account, not for the opinions of others. Be free. Try to please the one Lord, the self, the one without a second, the real master, your own inner God. In any case, you will not be able to satisfy the public. You are under no obligation to satisfy the hydra headed mob. About karma yoga, he says, take up your duty or work with no desire on your part. Do your work, enjoy your work, because your work by itself is pleasure, because work is the other name of realization. Why do you repress your brain with fear? Represent your inner nature. Cry fearlessly at the top of your voice. I am God. I am God. That is your birthright. Let truth become your father, your mother, your wife, your grandmother. Let the truth be your teacher, your everything, your house, your property. The law is that man should be at rest, at peace, undisturbed, and the body should always be in motion. The mind to be subjected to the laws of statics, and the body subjected to the laws of dynamics. The body at work and the internal self always at rest. That is the law. Be free. Another beautiful quote from him is, just sing Om. Just chant Om. And while chanting it, put your whole heart into it. Put all your energies into it. Put your whole soul into it. Put all your strength in realizing it. With that thought, let us offer our pranams to the great master Swami Ramatirtha. Let us chant Om and realize our true self. Hari Om.
कवित्ववाराशि निशाकराभ्यां दौर्भाग्यदावां बुधमालिकाभ्यां दूरीकृतानम्र विपत्ततिभ्यां नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्याम्